Good morning, students from Project Lead the Way. This is the PowerPoint for assignment 7.7. It's going to introduce you to the process of using a decision matrix. So if you're not familiar with what that is, well, here you go. This is what a decision matrix is. It's actually really cool. I was first introduced to this at Menomonee Falls High School when we were interviewing candidates for a position. What we would do is we would rank the candidates along here on the left, and then we would have several different items across the top about like their professionalism, how well prepared they were for an interview, how they answered the questions, and we would rank them like this, and then based on the total, this is how we figured out who we wanted to hire and who we didn't. So what you do is if you just looking at it, we use the decision matrix to help us make decisions, obviously. So if they were according to this scale, which you always want to have how you rated things somewhere in your presentation, the 4 would be the best, 1 would be the worst, and typically for us, if we had like 6 candidates, we would use our scale from 1 to 6 so that we didn't have ties. That way it always worked out. And then what you do is you'd rank your candidates for the job based on their professionalism, how prepared they were, what their knowledge base was, whatever your criteria were across the top. And then you just add these up. 4 plus 2 plus 4 is 10. So in this case, this one down here that has a total of 11, whatever candidate number 6 was, they would be the person that we would go with for the job because they had the highest rating out of everybody. So let's go into the rest of this PowerPoint, to the rest of this presentation, just to kind of see, if you're trying to come up with an idea for making puzzle pieces, these are all the different ideas that they had for making puzzle pieces. Modeling clay. Here's some of the parameters for modeling clay. Some caramel items. These are what those caramel items look like for just some parameters for the caramel. Dice, we all know what dice is. Little cube centimeter things. I have some of these in the room. They're interlocking. They got great geometry. Foam blocks. There you go. You can see what the foam blocks are. And sugar cubes. So here's the things that they're going to be evaluating on. What's the cost? How well can it be reused? What's the geometry? Do they connect? Are they clean? Are they going to hold up over time? And here's some other criteria that they're thinking about as they're going through and going to use their decision matrix to evaluate this problem. So you do have to have a grading scale. It's very important that the grading scale is put on the decision matrix so everybody knows what you did. Like I said, when we had 6 candidates, our grading scale would be 1 to 6. Project Lead the Way was using a 1 to 4 grading scale, which works fine. So here's our 6 items that we're going to use for the puzzle. Here are all of the criteria that they're going to be evaluating it on. And for cost, well, there you go. Sugar cubes and interlocking centimeter cubes are very cost effective. They're the best. Dice and foam cubes must be more expensive. Reusable. Not sure about that one. I think a lot of these were reusable. Uniform geometry. The interlocking cubes and dice have very specific, precise geometry. Some of the other ones, maybe not so much. I think you kind of get the idea where this is going. Give you a second to process what the numbers look like. And then what you do is you total them all up. So when you total them all up, there's definitely a clear winner. That interlocking cubes would definitely be the right decision to go with. If we were going to go with something to use for a decision making process. So you're going to use a decision making process, a decision matrix, when you do your homework for today. Good luck on your homework. If you get stuck on anything, just send me an email. I will try to respond promptly and help you in any way that I can.